The Torx Nebula, a festering wound in the universe where dreams go to die, and life forms go to kill, conquer, and screw each other over 6 ways from Sunday. Captain Jack's Ripper Reeves slouched in the pilot's seat of his beat-to-hell cargo hauler, the Charon's Gambit, staring out at the infinite black, peppered with cold, uncaring stars. Another fantastic day in paradise. Hey Cap, incoming hail from Toric Station Sigma, his co-pilot and partner in crime, a scruffy Jack Russell Terrier named Bolt, yipped from the comms console. Betting it's that weasel-faced dock manager again, whining about docking fees. Put it through, Jax grunted, straightening up and cracking his neck. And get your ass up here. Let's give this prick a proper Terran welcome. Bolt scampered over, hopping up onto the console as a flickering holographic display of an emaciated, pus-covered Taurian in an ill-fitting uniform sputtered to life. Reeves! It screeched in badly translated Terran standard. Docking fee. 150 creds. Pay now or what? You limp dick bureaucratic stain. Jax growled, flashing a humorless grin full of gleaming white teeth. He'd found most Xenos didn't much care for full-bore smiles from Terran apes. You'll sick your tin pot mall cops on us? I'm shaking in my boots. Yeah, we've blown sturdier loads out our ass after Taco Tuesday. Bolt chimed in with a defiant head-cocked bark. How about you jam a tentacle up yours and swivel? You overripe hemorrhoid. The dock manager sputtered, beady eyes bugging out in apoplectic rage. Insolent meat sack. When I get my claws on you Whoops, losing your signal there, Haas? Jax drawled. Catch you on the flip side. He smashed the disconnect button, the hollow winking out. Jax and Bolt collapsed into raucous laughter, the human reaching over to scratch behind the dog's ears. Never gets old, little dude. You verbally mauled the ass off that tool. Oh, all in a cycle's work, boss, Bolt replied, tongue lolling in a canine grin. Someone's got to keep these Torx jerk-offs in line while you're out cracking skulls and breaking regs. Jack snorted, firing up the Gambit's engines. Damn straight. Now what do you say we go collect our creds from Varesh, get paid, and blow this scumhole? I'm itching to find some real action. Now you're talking. Bolt barked, scampering back to his console. Let's ride. The battered hauler roared to life, maneuvering thrusters flaring as it detached from the space station's docking ring. Jax angled them toward the inky void, stars blurring into streaks of light as they punched the sublights and rocketed into the black. Just another day in the life for a down-and-out Terran merc and his mouthy mutant mongrel, scratching out a living on the ragged edge of space. But hey, it beat pushing papers and dying slow back on old Terra. Out here it was freedom. Out here, a man could breathe, even if that breath stank of dog farts and stale ration crisps. Jax wouldn't have it any other way. Varesh's place made most spaceports look like a goddamn retirement home. The neon-drenched streets seethed with alien lowlifes, black market hustlers, and hard-luck mercs looking to catch a break or a laser blast to the face, whichever came first. Jax and Bolt muscled their way through the throngs, the towering Terran glowering and the pint-sized pooch yapping insults at any fool dumb enough to step too close. The deadly pair were well known in this festering urban blight. The lunatic human who'd fight at the drop of a cred chip, and his pipsqueak partner who could chew a leg off a Torx trooper before the poor bastard could scream. They shouldered into Varesh's den, a smoky back alley dive where the booze was toxic and the patrons doubly so. The Barian infobroker perched at his usual booth, beady eyes glinting beneath his hood as he beheld the approaching duo. Well, Varesh rasped in guttural Barian. If it isn't the Terran Terror and his little attack dog, I was starting to think you'd gotten spaced, Reeves. In your wettest dreams. For eyes. Jax shot back, sliding into the booth as Bolt hopped up beside him. We got the goods. You got our creds. Varesh flashed a needle-tooth grin. Straight to business. I like that. He slid a data chit across the table. $500,000 agreed. Looks like that Ilos Combine exec is going to have a real bad day. Jax snatched the chit, slotting it into his wrist comp. The credit counter blinked green. Legit funds. Pleasure doing biz as always. And hey, we only maimed like 6 or 7 of his goons this time. Bolt piped up, scratching behind an ear with a hind leg. Getting soft in our old age. Varesh snorted. I'm sure. By the way, I might have a new gig. High risk, high reward. Interested? Jax and Bolt traded a glance. Danger was their business and business was good. You even got to ask? Jax leaned in, a predatory gleam in his eyes. Lay it on us. The Barian slid a holostill across the table, murmuring in low tones. Cerberus Wetwork. An Alliance Black Ops team, codenamed Orthus, went dark in GU space a week ago. No cons, no trace. Brass wants him found or put down. Jax frowned at the still, a strapping young Alliance trooper with a cocky grin, an N7 logo gleaming on his hard suit. A damn kid. Bolt growled low, hackles twitching. What's the catch? The merc asked, though he had a sinking feeling he already knew. Varesh leaned back, steepling his fingers. Last known coordinates put him dirtside on Rom. You know what that means. Motherfuck, Bolt grumbled. I hate GU creepy, flashlight-faced robo-bastards. Jax blew out a breath, rubbing his stubbled jaw. Rom was a damn death trap, crawling with self-aware, sentient GUs. They didn't take prisoners, they dissected them. But then neither did he. We're in, the merc growled, holding out a gloved hand. Send the deets to my ship. Give me a line to the Cerberus rep, too. And Varesh. The Barian paused in tapping at his Omni tool, head cocked quizzically. Double the fee. We're going to earn it. Varesh barked a laugh, nodding. You're a greedy bastard, Reeves. Did I ever tell you that? Every damn time. Jax rose, Bolt scampering up to his armored shoulder. Catch you on the flip side. The pair stalked out into the neon-soaked night, a whole galaxy of trouble waiting in the wings. But what the hell? If they were going to go out, might as well be guns blazing and a fat stack of creds in the bank. Just another day in the suck, and Jax wouldn't have it any other way. The Karen's gambit knifed through the void, Rom's sickly green-yellow bulk looming in the viewports like a festering wound on the stars. Ugly-ass rock, Bolt rumbled from the co-pilot's chair, little paws dancing over the sensor console. Getting some weird readings from the surface, Cap. GU signatures everywhere. And something else, big. Jax frowned, adjusting their approach vector. Define big. We talking fat bastard walker big? Or holy reaper big? Somewhere in between. Bolt scratched his ear, squinting at the readouts. Definitely not natural, whatever it is. A lot of strange energy spikes. Getting a real bad feeling about this one, boss. And here I was hoping for a nice relaxing milk run, Jax drawled, prepping the gambit for atmospheric entry. Guess we'll just have to wing it. As per usual. The battered merc ship shrieked through the clouds, its hull glowing cherry red as Rom's caustic atmosphere lashed at the kinetic barriers. Jax gritted his teeth, hands flying over the controls, wrestling the bucking ship on course. Bolt dug his claws into the seat, ears pinned back, letting loose a string of multilingual profanity that would have made a Krogan battlemaster blush. They leveled out over a blasted hellscape, all sickly green skies and tortured metal spires jutting from the poisoned earth like the bones of some long-dead leviathan. GU signatures pinged on the scopes, an army of the flashlight-headed murderbots, and smack dab in the center a weird-ass energy signature that made Jax's teeth ache, and his balls try to crawl back into his body. Oh, we are so fucked. Bolt whined, eyes wide. That's gotta be like a GU command center or some shit. We're gonna get turned into cybernetic dog chow. Nah, Jax growled, a manic grin splitting his craggy face. This is going to be fun. Cerberus wants their Boy Scout back. Let's go knock on the front door, see who's home. A Maudie. And I never even got to hump that sexy poodle's leg on Ilium. Jax snorted, angling the gambit in for a combat drop. Lock and load, furball. Time to nut up or shut up. The ship screamed over the tortured landscape, GUAA batteries opening up with a hail of molten metal. Jax juked and weaved, teeth bared in a feral snarl as he pushed the battered bird to her limits. Bolt manned the guardian turret, the deck jutting as the guns roared, stitching lines of fiery destruction across the GU positions. "You ghost-in-the-shell-looking dickbags," the terrier howled, lost in the berserk joy of heavy ordnance. "Choke on it! Choke on it!" The gambit shuddered as a slug clipped the stern, alarms blaring as the kinetic barriers dipped into the red. Jack spat, wrestling with the yoke. "Hang on to your ass, we're going in." The ship dropped like a stone, trailing fire and shattered armor, careening towards the GU lines in a suicidal power dive. At the last second, Jax wrenched back on the stick, the gambit's belly nearly scraping the scorched earth as it leveled out, hurtling straight at the towering GU structure. "Surprise, you synthetic stains!" Jax roared, death grip on the stick as the structure loomed, hurtling towards them at terminal velocity. Bolt screamed, high and loud, as the human mashed the release on the gambit's entire ordnance. Disruptor torpedoes, javelin missiles, and good old-fashioned dumbfire, he launched it all, corkscrewing through the poisoned air, arcing toward the GU construct in a maelstrom of fireworks. The gambit peeled away, trailing smoke and sparks, afterburners howling as Jax pushed the engines into the red. The ordnance struck home, a miniature supernova erupting over the tortured landscape. The blast wave slammed into the fleeing ship like the fist of an angry god. Jax and Bolt were smashed back in their seats, teeth rattling, eyeballs vibrating in their sockets as the gambit fought to stay airborne. "I'm a running bat, why?" Bolt yelped, furry little body mashed into the crash couch. "You crazy ape. I think you did it." Jax cackled, half feral, riding the adrenaline high as he brought the ship around. The smoke cleared, revealing the shattered husk of the GU structure, belching flame and sparking ruin. "Knock knock," the merc crowed. "Candygram from Mr. Orthus." Cap?" Bolt whined, staring at the sensor readouts in horror. "I don't think we're done yet." The rubble shifted, metal screeching as something rose from the wreckage. Something huge. An angry, all-spiked armor and glaring optics, a GU colossus big as a goddamn house, and it looked pissed. "Oh, my life." Jack sighed, hands flying over the controls as he wrenched the gambit into a desperate climb. "Bolt, get our guy on the horn. Tell him shit just got real." The colossus opened up, a searing lance of molten metal slashing through the sky, missing the gambit by inches. Jax juked and weaved, teeth bared in a feral snarl as he pushed the battered merc ship to the breaking point, as all hell broke loose. "Just another goddamn day in paradise," the gambit screamed across the tortured skyline, the GU Colossus's molten fury lighting up its ass end. Jax wrestled with the controls, jaw clenched, sweat beading his brow, as he pushed the battered bird to the ragged edge. "We are so fucked. We are so fucked. We are so fucked," Bolt chanted, furry little paws flying over the comms console. "Mayday, mayday, this is the Karen's Gambit, calling any cunts on this frequency. We got a big problem." The ship bucked and heaved, alarms shrieking as another near miss slagged the already straining kinetic barriers. Jax swore sulfurously, wrenching the yoke hard to port, the G's slamming them into their crash couches. "Cerberus, do you copy?" Bolt yelped into the mic, his voice cracking. "We found your boy Orthus, but we're about to get waxed by a GU Colossus. Need immediate backup, or we're all going to be shiny new stains on the bulkhead." A burst of static, then a cool, female voice, calm as a Hindu cow, crackled over the comms. "Karen's Gambit, this is Cerberus Actual. Reinforcements are inbound, ETA 3 minutes. Hold position and await extraction." "Hold position?" Jack snarled, wrestling the jutting yoke. "Hold position with what, our dicks? We're flying a box. Not a state-of-the-art stealth frig, you dumb broad." 2 minutes, 30 seconds, the voice replied, infuriatingly calm. "Orthus is priority 1. Keep him alive." "Spooks?" Jack spat, as the line went dead. "All right, change of plans. We're going in, grabbing the package, and getting the fuck out of Dodge." "Bolt, you're on rescue duty," I'll keep our big metal friend occupied. What? Bolt yelled, beady eyes wide. I'm not going in there alone. I'll get turned into cybernetic puppy chow. Jax flashed a wild grin, the manic light of imminent violence in his eyes. Nah, you got this, furball. Besides, you're the one always bitching about wanting to be the big damn hero. Time to nut up or shut up. I hate you, Bolt growled, unstrapping from the crash couch and scampering towards the cargo bay. If I die, I'ma haunt the ass off you. Jax barked a laugh, hands flying over the controls as he angled the gambit into a screaming dive, straight at the rampaging colossus. Promises, promises. Now go get our boy. I'll keep Shitbird here busy. The gambit shuddered as Bolt hit the release, the cargo ramp dropping to disgorge one pissed-off, heavily armed Jack Russell Terrier in full tactical rig. The little dog plummeted towards the blasted earth, paws splayed, stub nose, machine gun clenched in his jaws. Leroy and Soani. Bolt howled around the gun, opening up on full auto as he hurtled towards the shattered ruins of the GU base. Tungsten rounds pinged off the blasted debris as the Terrier juked and weaved, little legs pumping as he hauled ass toward Orthus's last known position. Meanwhile, Jax was playing a deadly game of chicken with several thousand tons of royally pissed AI war machine. The human danced the gambit around the Colossus's furious onslaught, kinetic barriers screaming as they fought to stave off the brutal punishment. Come on you, flashlight-faced sack of shit, Jax roared, slamming the trigger on the ventral guns. Let's dance. The gambit's mass accelerators thundered, hurling hypervelocity slugs at the juggernaut. Rounds pinged and sparked off the thing's armored hide, barely scratching the paint. The Colossus swiveled, optics glaring balefully, and opened up with a full frontal barrage that would have made a Krogan weep with envy. Jax wrenched the yoke, standing the gambit on her tail and firewalling the thrusters. The ship clawed for altitude, the Colossus's fury sizzling past the belly, close enough to scorch the hull. Jax twisted the yoke, throwing the gambit into a gut-wrenching spiral, fighting to come around on the Colossus's six. The thing was too damn big to dogfight properly, but maybe he could get in its blind spot, do some real damage. Come on, you son of a... The merc growled, gloved hands aching on the controls. Let's see what you've got. The Colossus obliged with another blistering salvo, the gambit's kinetic barriers finally giving up the ghost in a shower of sparks and shrapnel. Alarms shrieked, red lights bathing the cockpit in bloody radiance as Jax fought to keep the dying ship aloft. Bolt! He roared into the comms, barely audible over the cacophony. Tell me you got our guy, because we are running out of time and options. A burst of static, then the Terrier's high-pitched snarl. I got him. I got him. We're Oscar Mike. Get your ass to the extraction point. Jax crowed, hauling the gambit's bucking carcass around. Cerberus, we have the package. Where's that goddamn backup? As if on cue, a shadow fell over the blasted earth, a sleek, predatory shape slicing through the poison clouds. A Cerberus frig, all black armor and bristling guns, screamed towards the embattled Colossus like an avenging angel. Karen's Gambit. This is the CSV Nix. A cool voice crackled over the comms. We have eyes on the target. Danger close. Recommend immediate dust off. You think, Jack snarled, angling the Gambit towards the extraction point. The ship shuddered and bucked, trailing smoke and fire, consoles sparking and flickering as the abused bird fought to stay airborne. The Nix opened up on the Colossus, mass cannons hurling streams of molten metal at the juggernaut. The thing reeled, kinetic barriers shattering under the brutal onslaught, armor scorched and pitted, the swiveled optics glaring balefully, and returned fire with a blistering salvo that sent the Cerberus ship reeling. But it was too little, too late. Jax brought the Gambit around, the cargo ramp dropping to reveal a battered, bloody Bolt, one paw clenched in an equally battered Orthus's armor, as he hauled the semi-conscious Marine aboard. We're in, we're in. The Terrier yelped, hitting the ramp controls. Go, go, go! Jax obliged, firewalling the throttle and pointing the Gambit's nose at the stars. The dying ship clawed for altitude, the Colossus's fury sizzling past the hull as the Nix moved in to cover their escape. "Nix, we are outbound and free," Jax called, fighting to keep the jutting ship on course. "Thanks for the assist. We'll take it from here." "Negative, Gambit," the cool voice replied. "You're in no shape for relay travel. Dock with us. We'll take you the rest of the way." Jax opened his mouth to argue, but a harsh buzz from the damage control board forestalled him. The Gambit was on her last legs, reactor flickering, life support guttering. They'd never make the relay on their own. The Merc growled, his shoulders slumping. "All right, Nix, we're coming in. But you better have some good booze and a medbay waiting for us, because we are all kinds of fucked." "Roger that, Gambit," the voice replied, a hint of amusement coloring the words. "We'll break out the good stuff. Just get your asses aboard so we can all get paid." Jax snorted, angling the dying ship towards the Nix's waiting hangar bay. Bolt limped into the cockpit, blood matting his fur, Orthus slung over his back like a sack of potatoes. "We're getting too old for this," the Terrier grumbled, plopping into the co-pilot seat with a pained grunt. "Nah," Jax replied, a weary grin tugging at his craggy face. "This was just the warm-up. Galaxy's a big place, fuzzball. Plenty more trouble to get into." "Great," Bolt sighed, rolling his eyes. I'm a die, and I never even got to hump that sexy poodle's leg on Ilium." Jax just laughed as the Gambit limped into the Nix's waiting embrace. Another day, another near-death experience in the suck. But hey, at least the pay was good, and they were still flying. For now, that was enough.